I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I want to talk about common mistakes people make in real estate business. Real estate business involves a lot of money. You can't afford to throw your money away. Number one, when you want to buy a property, don't be in a hurry. Follow due diligence. Number one, follow the history, trace the history of that property. Who is the historical owner? It can be an ancestral land, it can be a land that was purchased from somebody. Follow the documentation. If it is an ancestral land, check whether the person that wants to sell to you has a right to sell. If it is an ancestral land, try as much as possible to look for the head of the family. Look for the custodians of that land. They are the ones who have a legitimate right to sell. Number two, don't be in a hurry to buy a property from a young person. He might not be the legitimate owner. A lady called me from overseas that the property of her husband is being held hostage in quotes by one of my mentors. And I went to meet my mentor to make inquiry. And he asked me a simple question. You are an honorable man. I said, yes. And he said that I should have asked that woman if she was the first wife or if the property was willed to her. I found out that she was not the first wife. I found out that she didn't give birth to the first child or the first son. So she had no right to that property. I was ashamed of myself. So, does this person have a right to sell the property? You can't sell what you don't own. The next thing is in the history of the land. Where are the documents? If it is a land that is about to be resold, trace the documents to the land registry. If it is not registered in the land registry, make enquiries in that community or those who share boundaries with that land. If possible, look for the enemies of the seller of that land and make enquiries. You might find out that they might tell you that that man, what he did to me, I might not forgive him. But he owns the land. He owns the land. Make enquiries. That somebody has been a tenant or a farmer on that land over the years does not confer the right of ownership on that person. Let me quickly say this. If you have a property that somebody is occupying, ensure that that person pays you a token and keep the receipt, because if somebody occupies your property for more than a certain number of years, I think 20 years, there is a law called the law of peaceful slumber. Go and continue with your sleep. So always make sure that the person pays you for occupying your property. Is a sign of ownership. The next thing is that don't rush to pay. Make sure you involve a lawyer, and then you can pay in installments. While you are paying in installments, go there and harass the land. What do I mean by harassing the land? Take a surveyor there to mark the land out. Go there, put a trip of sand. Go there, just walk around. Somebody is most likely going to come to harass you if the person selling is not the rightful owner. The next thing is that if you buy a property and you are doing land banking, don't just leave it fallow. Go and put monument pillars, give it to somebody to farm, collect receipts, make sure you go there periodically or send somebody to visit the place periodically. And as if you look at most most estates that companies sell along the highways around Nigeria, a lot of them remain underdeveloped for a long time because every person is waiting for somebody else to do something. Few people buy, Go there, clear the place, fell the trees, do agriculture there, lay a foundation. As people see activity, that is how the prices will go up. You will be sitting and calling the person who sent to you, who sold to you. How much is the land going for there now? How will the value go up when every person has put money there and they are relaxing? Make sure somebody is farming, do something around there, and it will go up in value. The next thing is you, the estate, real estate, you, the relator. Don't be in a hurry to progress. Go gradually. Maize grows quickly, but they also wither quickly. But oaks take a long time to grow. Palm trees take a long time to grow. In your bid to grow too fast, you will make mistakes. You will make mistakes. In a bid to grow too fast, you will hurriedly go and buy properties that have issues. In a bid to develop too fast, you will take loans from the bank, start many projects that you cannot complete. That's why people are running into issues. In a bid to grow too fast, you will offer incentives to people that you will find difficult to meet. Always have reserve money. Have reserve money, because issues might arise that you might need to refund money to people. Issues might arise. Some of my clients ran into problems wherever they were working or wherever they were living, and they cried to me, and I bought their properties from them again at a higher price. So I will sell at a further higher price. Always have reserve land. I have reserve land in case somebody bought some properties from me for her children in Canada. I have never met those children before. I have never met the woman before. They knew me through social media, and they sent their mother to come and buy properties from me. And the surveyor marked out a place for the mother. And when the woman had done the surveys and done the legal documentation, the woman came and said that she didn't like that place. But because I want to maintain a good relationship and reputation with our people in the diaspora and with any person I do business with, because in real estate, integrity is important, reputation is important, brand protection is important, corporate culture is important. People will buy you before they buy your land. I have a client who has bought from South Africa. He's a South African. I have somebody who bought from Congo. I have not heard from that person for a long while, but her property is there. There was a time somebody bought property from me for 5 years. He lost his job. He didn't sign deed with me. He didn't have any transactional document. I saw him in the streets one day and told him, "You bought a property from me in Okokoko. It's from Edo State. For 5 years, you have not signed the document." And he came, I gave him his documents. His residence is just a few buildings from my school in Okokoko. And so this lady came, she didn't like the place. The young men are my children's age mates, and there are some things you don't do in old age. So I took her to another place, and the children said that I told them this side is more expensive. The children said that I should just give them the measure of the property that that this new price will meet up with. Then I calculated. These children are going to interact with my children after I've departed. What story will they tell my children? It is better I sacrifice now to build a good reputation and a good relationship with my children. And so I gave them the same. I asked the woman, go and look at the place that is available, because you are buying late. However, and she looked at the place that is available, and she said, that's okay. I gave them, there are 3 acres. Again, I paid for the survey and paid for the legal documentation and gave to her. If I wanted to do Isiokpuku, I wanted to do stronghead or do Ojukokoro, I will tarnish my reputation. Those children will be scared of Nigeria because the mother wanted them to come and invest back home. And their community is close to my community. So always have reserve money, always have reserve property. In my mentorship group, I sold property to somebody, and the mentorship group is to develop people to become entrepreneurs and to replicate the kind of life I have lived, that people can adapt, and live better than myself. We were talking about adultery, and he was trying to promote adultery in my group. I told him to send his account details, and I refunded his money to him. If I can't do business with somebody like that, who has a philosophy contrary to mine, because you see, we will clash in future. Somebody like that can want to, because we mapped out the place, has streets, we want to put the fence beyond his boundaries. That kind of person will break boundaries. And I refunded his money. So have excess land, have financial cash flow. Don't be in a hurry to buy and buy and buy and buy. You will get strangulated financially. You must always have extra money in case. Then have a native. If you are buying in communities, have a native as an agent there that you pay well, you take care of well, and a native that has physical strength, network strength, financial strength, that they fear, that can defend you in your absence. If not, if you have a weakling there, when they try to encroach into your property, you will not have somebody to stand for you. If you are running a big layout, try to get one lawyer, one surveyor to do your transactions, map them out so that you allocate to people in such a way that no person can jump into another person's property. And then be sure that there is documentation to prevent argumentation. Proper documentation prevents long argumentation. So these are some of the precautionary measures you will take when you deal with when you buy real estate. You can get a certificate of occupancy for urban lands, and then for rural lands, you can get a right of occupancy from the local government council, right of occupancy for rural lands. These are some of the things you need to put into place, the precautions you need to take to avoid issues in future. Prevention is better than cure. Then, most importantly, ask about the character of whoever you are buying property from. A dubious person hardly changes. A dubious person hardly changes. And they can sell to this person and sell to that person. Sometimes these people selling, you don't see the money in their lives. After selling to this person and selling to that person, there is nothing you can really do to him. You can't eat him. If you jail him, you won't get your money back. So it is two of you who bought that will be contending with each other while he will be walking around akimbo. Even if EFCC arrests him, there's nothing. And land cases can take a long time. One other issue, you must ask if it's a woman that is selling to you in a suburban area, ask if she has a right to sell that property. Because in some communities, women don't have right to sell properties. In many communities, women have right to sell properties. So does the woman have a right to sell that property? How connected is she to that land? These are issues you will take into consideration. I am Dr. Charles Apoki. key. I bought my first land when I was about 27, and I've been buying land from that 27 till now that I'm 66, until I will be 96. And it's a good business. Don't wait to buy land according to Cove Real Estate. Buy land and wait. We have books for sale, soft copy, hard copies, Amazon. Then we have t-shirts for sale. Now you sabi, bust you. Don't look at me like that, and several other t-shirts and mugs and caps. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. Ubrota onya avomuwie kowol wasoso is only a portion of a long statement that you give to a freeborn, then it turns it to a sentence or a statement. God bless you. The number again, +234 80 21 21 92 62. Wow!